Check 1 2. All right, YouTubers. Let's see here. We are going to be doing this as a recording for Saturday, February 8th, and we're going to be starting here stations in 60 seconds. 60 seconds, which means I got to get this stuff ready to go here. I need this one. $30 seconds. Your headphones aren't plugged in.
Well, I'm not doing much good. I guess we ain't taking any callers, so it don't matter.
10 seconds. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Dakota Prairie Outdoors Saturday edition as we are in a recorded studio today. Not a live version, so no calling in, no text messages. Well, you can. We're just not going to answer them live unless you're watching this as the pre-recorded show. It's all coming at you all across the Dakota Territory with great radio stations, KGFX in Pierre, South Dakota, KOLY, Mobridge, South Dakota, K-Fire 550, celebrating 100 years on air here this year in 2025. K-Fire 550, happy birthday to you. KCJB and Minot on 910, plus the Western Edge, KLTC on all of our subscribers. Appreciate a couple of people tuning in here on the pre-recorded side. Thank you for that. Jesse Flath is my guest here, and Thomas Lyons. So even though Thomas doesn't have a microphone, he can cuddle up on Jesse's lap there.
We'll get him in here.
We can get him in there a little bit here. Jesse coming down to do the Amadon Coyote Tournament.
Yeah, it's been way too long since I've actually been in a tournament with kids in sports now and busier at work. It's just a little harder to get out there and get it done. And Thomas says, "Hey, you want to do a coyote tournament?" I said, "Where?" And he said, "Amadon." And I said, "Yes." And then I checked my schedule.
Know a guy's place you can go on.
I checked my schedule and it was open, and we said we were coming down. And then 2 days ago, my wife informed me that we do have a little girls basketball tournament in Linton tomorrow. So, I'm missing that, but that's all right. It's time to finally get some coyote hunting done again.
All right. So we have, as I know of, tonight somebody said there was 8 tournaments in this area between the tri-state area, North Dakota, South Dakota, Montana. The ones that I know about in and around this area right here, Ludlow, South Dakota's having theirs this weekend. And the thing about these coyote tournaments is if you want to go support these communities, you can just drop on in. All right. So Ludlow's is going on this weekend. It's for the fire hall and the Ludlow Hall itself. The Amadon Fairgrounds here, Slope County Fairgrounds, having the Wade Wagner coyote hunt. He is the one that you guys are entered in.
Yep.
I'm heading off to a bull sale here this, that's why we're pre-recording the show, so I can leave on Saturday morning. And then Beach is having theirs this weekend as well.
Beach, did you say Sydney?
Sydney, Montana is having theirs. I think Scobie's was last weekend, and Riva's is next weekend. But anyway, so here's the thing, just so you know.
Yeah.
Guess where the game wardens are going to be?
In this corner of the state.
I think they're bringing in support troops.
Yeah. And that's all right.
Yeah. I'm not sure about the Ludlow, or I think Ludlow's daylight hours, Amadon's daylight hours. Beach, I can pull that one up
Beach,
here.
I'm not sure.
And I can check that out. I got Beaches here.
I think Beach is a 1 day, if I remember seeing right, and Sydney's is a 2 day.
Sydney's is a 40-hour fur fest.
Or 40 hour, there you go, yeah.
That's the 40-hour fur fest in Sydney, Montana. And that's next weekend. That's we got Fort Atchison going on this weekend as well.
How many?
You heard the 21st annual Big Buck Contest in Beulah's this weekend on Saturday here. And let's see, we got that one's next weekend. Valentine, Nebraska is going on here this weekend. A lot of people send me these. And what else? Beach. Let's see what theirs is here. Check in Saturday by 7. It doesn't say if it's a day or a 24-hour right now. So, but yeah, we got a lot of tournaments going on. Now, Here at the ranch, I'd say a good 7 inches of snow on
7 to 8.
Friday here, and
Still snowing now.
still snowing a little bit while we're pre-recording this, and it's going to be good calling in the morning because these coyotes are hunkered down.
I'm a little
here.
surprised when we were looking a couple days ago. Everything was saying that it was supposed to be pretty windy tonight, but it's pretty calm right now. I mean, there's a little bit of wind out there, but
It'll be fine.
but it's not like it was saying it was supposed to be. And tomorrow is supposed to be, other than the temperature, fairly pleasant.
West 5 to 10 is what the winds are saying. West, southwest. But the nice thing is this fresh snow is going to make it a little bit easier sneaking in our sets instead of crunch that we
And a little
have
easier on my eyes because I have a heck of a time seeing them coyotes when there's no snow cover.
Well, we still have some badlands out. We still got a lot of
yeah.
shrubs and bushes and everything still sticking out.
I always see bush dogs.
You do. If there's anybody that can pick a piece of sagebrush out and think it's a coyote, you
me.
are the one.
I know.
And I mean, the big dog, little dog, it doesn't matter. You can spot those sagebrush coyotes like that.
Well, we'll see how
Crazy.
Thomas does in keeping track of me. Like, you're usually the one that sees the real coyotes. We'll see if he can help me out tomorrow.
He's the young guy of the group.
Yeah, he might by a lot.
So, it should be good calling tomorrow. It should be good tracking. I love spot and stalking them. I love that. So if I get on a track, I'm out of here.
The last time that you and I hunted in snow like this out here at the ranch, we completely abandoned the coyote tournament and went mountain lion hunting.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we cut big mountain lion tracks, didn't we?
And we spent all day and got nothing done, but we sure were excited.
I got to check the Game and Fish's website and see if there's still a late season available
open?
here. I'm not sure.
You know, I've got it pulled up, and first thing I'm seeing is spring turkey tags are open and applications are due by February 12th. But during the first break here, we'll have to look up the.
You look up North Dakota. I'm going to look up the South Dakota numbers because their season is in full swing, and they've been doing really well down there, especially this snow. The Black Hills, man, you get like 20 inches of snow, and then it all melts off, and then it comes back again. It's a different weather pattern now that way. So, but anyway, our first tournament in many, many years. We used to hit like 10, 15 tournaments a year.
At least.
And then your kids grew up to the point where you had to go pay attention.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know
I was real close because of the rules in Amadon this year with being able to have a couple of younger kids on your team and not count them as team members.
Yeah.
I really thought about bringing Karina with, but when I looked at the temperature, there's no way she'd last. So
not only that, but some of the teams I cut it off.
Yeah.
Had 4 kids on them.
Oof.
3 members, 4 kids, 7 at a time. You're not sneaking in and doing sets of 7 people.
Tough.
That's going to be hard as heck to do that.
Tough.
Yeah. Good idea to get the kids out there hunting, though. And it's a 3-dog tournament that you're in.
Yep.
So
it doesn't matter if you shoot 3 or 30. It's your 3 biggest, almost like a fishing tournament. Your biggest coyotes win. And I mean, if you shoot more dogs, you got a better chance of shooting bigger dogs, but just got to get on some.
So they did a little Sturgis ambulance old tournament rule.
Okay.
The small dog has to be included in
your 3
if you want to try to go for small dog.
So either you think you can win or you think you can get small dog.
If you got 40-pound dogs, keep that out of there.
Yep.
If you have 25-pound dogs, you might want to put it in.
Might want to put the littlest one you got in.
You might want to put the 12-pounder in there.
Yeah, a little gamesmanship.
I like it. I like it. It's a little. Everybody, when Derek gave that rule tonight before the Calcutta, you seen like 4 or 5 teams going,
oh no.
Oh, they scratched their head like, ooh, we thought that was a side pot.
Yeah.
It's all entertaining. I like it. That's a good time anyway. So should be decent calling, should be good tracking. You should be able to see these coyotes. They should be hungry by tomorrow because they have not moved all day today because of the storm, or on Friday, I should say. And so Saturday morning hunting should be pretty good.
Well, and like you said too, if anybody's in the area of any of these tournaments, there's raffles, there's gun boards, there's other ways to support these organizations. So if you're in the Bowman Slope County area, swing up to the Slope County Fairgrounds tomorrow night. There will be food there. There will be all kinds of stuff to look at and listen to all of us lie about our day.
Or anybody that has a tournament going on.
Any of these locations, they're pretty much any of these tournaments are a benefit of some kind for some, either a family or an organization or something like that. So,
and the Mule Deer Foundation in Mandan, Northern Badlands chapter is tonight. And that doors open 5 o'clock on Central Time. We'll be back. More coming up here. It's pre-recorded here today. I got to head out down the bull sale all over the place here. A lot of the bull sales have been doing really good. We'll talk about that and a few of the other bull sales coming around the corner. More Dakota Prairie Outdoors around the corner as we get ready to enjoy and see what the actual tournament is going to end up on my daily show Monday. See how Jesse and Thomas do. That's all coming around the corner here on Dakota Prairie Outdoors Radio. Smith's Saddle Butte Ranch President's Day Bull Sale is Monday, February 17th, 1 p.m. Mountain Time at the Bowman Livestock Marketing, Bowman, North Dakota. Selling 60 registered yearling Angus bulls, sires like Baldridge Goalkeeper, Hoover Know-How, Objective 292, 44 Strategic Advantage, plus many others. Travis and Rebecca want to work with producers to give you the opportunity for a value-added program. Bid online at Cattle USA. Smith's Saddle Butte Ranch President's Day Bull Sale, Monday, February 17th, 1 p.m. at Bowman Livestock. Quality bulls without the BS. Bowman Livestock Marketing, serving the tri-state area for all of your livestock marketing needs. Eastern Montana, North Dakota, and South Dakota. You can be sure of great care for your cattle and top price at sale time. Call Austin Snook at 307-290-2161. That's 307-290-2161 for more information or just to talk cattle markets. You can also find them on Facebook and go to their website, BowmanLivestockMarketing.com. The DK Red Angus Top Coming to Town production sale, Saturday, March 1st, 1 p.m. Mountain Time at Sydney Livestock Auction, Sydney, Montana. Selling 60 purebred Red Angus bulls, 10 Angus sired bulls, 12 Simmental composite bulls, 2 Shar Red Angus bulls, 55 registered purebred Red Angus heifers, and 30 commercial heifers. You can bid online at DV Auction. Performance, calving ease, and good dispositions with the DK Red Angus Top Coming to Town sale, Saturday, March 1st, 1 p.m. Mountain Time, Sydney Livestock Auction, Sydney, Montana. Piper's Auction and Realty would like to invite you to the next round of auctions, including 1,952 acres of land for sale in Grant and Sioux counties. The Upper Midwest February Equipment Auction, bidding is open right now and starts to close on Wednesday, February 12th. 160 acres in Renville County and 636 acres in Bottineau County. For more information, visit their brand new website at pifers.com. The Wassum Red Angus annual production sale coming up on Thursday, February 20th, 2 p.m. Mountain Time at the Wicks Barn south of Richardson, North Dakota. Selling nearly 70 bulls with sire power from WSM Playmaker, Asset 1276, and many more. Also selling will be 130 open commercial heifers plus 13 open registered heifers. For more information and videos, go to wassumredangus.com. And you can always bid with confidence on sale day at DV Auction. For powerful, profitable, and practical cattle, I'll see you at the 14th annual Wassum Red Angus sale, Thursday, February 20th, 2 p.m. at the Wicks Barn, south of Richardson.
I'm Dale Falke with Dakota Community Bank and Trust, where we believe in investing in your business and your community. With our commercial loans, we understand the importance of supporting local businesses to help your business thrive. Choose Dakota Community Bank and Trust, where your success is our priority.
Serving the community, looking out for you. At Dakota Community Bank and Trust, that's what we do.
Equal housing lender.
This portion of the program is brought to you by Freedom Repair. Whether it's a tractor, baler, your cutter, your combine, or air seeder, Freedom Repair comes to you and helps you get fixed up and back in the field. 19 plus years experience. Give Lucas Kelly a call at 701-440-1945. That's 701-440-1945. Freedom Repair, veteran owned and operated. MoPro Guide Service, the best on Lake Oahe. Brent and his staff will give you the most enjoyable fishing experience, always having the latest in electronics, gear, and the most comfortable Lund boat on the water. Fish with somebody who lives in Mobridge, South Dakota, the heart of Lake Oahe. If you need a place to stay, the Morest Motel has newly updated rooms with free internet, a family-owned and operated business. Go to OaheWalleyes.com. That's OAHE Walleyes.com for the best fishing experience Lake Oahe has to offer. There's a reason you're seeing more Red Angus cattle in the country. Great mama cows, high weaning weights, and easy keepers. With a family that bases their entire operation on faith, honesty, and trust. You can see those values in their 30-plus years in the Red Angus breed. Schriefer Red Angus, the breed that generates a positive return on investment. SchrieferRedAngus.com. Bowman Livestock Marketing, serving the tri-state area for all of your livestock marketing needs. Eastern Montana, North Dakota, and South Dakota. You can be sure of great care for your cattle and top price at sale time. Call Austin Snook at 307-290-2161. That's 307-290-2161 for more information or just to talk cattle markets. You can also find them on Facebook and go to their website, BowmanLivestockMarketing.com.
On that road, but don't you worry, one day I'll settle down. And when that time comes, I hope you're still around.
Welcome back, everybody. Dakota Prairie Outdoors, Saturday edition. Doing a little pre-recorded show here this time around here. Some of us got to get on the road with some people play. Some work, some play here. Jesse Flath is in Studio Hill. Thomas Lines, or as they pronounced it in Amadon, Lintz, is in Studio here with me. What's one thing when you're coyote hunting, Jesse, you never do?
You never lead a standing coyote. As we've got one listener during this.
We got somebody on
pre-record.
YouTube that led. We got two that led a standing coyote, and it was a pretty good time. And the best part was, this is when we were first suppressed.
Yeah.
And he came and visited, and he said, "True story." He's listening. And that when we were suppressed, and it was awesome because he had another backup shot on it because he was so far off. The coyote was like stopped and looked at us like, "What's going on?"
Then he let him again.
Oh, he shot the second time. Yeah. He also shot one of the biggest coyotes I've ever seen on the ranch. That thing was like 48 pounds. It was a big coyote.
Hopefully we see a couple of those tomorrow.
That'd be nice. It'd be nice for you guys to come in with some 60 pounders.
Oof.
Some
I've
feral
never seen a
dogs.
60. Yeah, that'd be.
Some German Shepherd mix.
Yeah.
We did lose our boxer dog.
Yeah, you did.
The boxer dog that was after some female coyotes at one time.
Yeah.
And I
Maybe he's out there living with them.
He might be. Some boxer coyote crossbreeds. Jeez, that would be a stout thing, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So
Big old barrel-chested coyote.
yeah, boxer mix. Biote.
Say you did bring up earlier the mountain lion season.
Yeah, let's talk
and
about North Dakota side. What's that?
So the website looks like it hasn't been updated since January 6th, but I'm guessing if the numbers did change since then, they would have updated it.
Right.
The harvest limit for the late season is seven mountain lions or 3 females, whichever comes first. And up to January 6th, there had been 1 female taken and 4 males. So there's 2 more mountain lions. Doesn't matter if they're males or females because that put them at the limit either way. So there's 2 more available in North Dakota, the way the website looks.
So what you're saying is if you cut tracks, that's what you're going to switch on to tomorrow?
Boy, it's going to be pretty hard to not with this fresh snow.
Man. Yeah, it's going to be definitely noticeable.
Yeah.
All right. South Dakota mountain lion season, 14 females, 13 males there, 27 right now out of a total of, I believe they're going 60 total when the first 40 female. And they've been doing really well. No doubt. The last one here just taken on Friday, 130-pound male, 2-year-old. That's a big 2-year-old.
100 what? 40?
129 pounder.
29?
Yeah. The one taken there at the ranch was a 121-pound female. But 11 years ago, 12 years ago now.
I know.
Wow.
It's crazy. It's been that long.
Yeah. Everybody's getting older, but I'm still staying the same.
Uh-huh.
All right. Rifles. What are you shooting there, big shoots?
I got the old 6.5.
Set up with a
Burris Eliminator 3. Getting pretty old
Getting
now.
old school.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what's Mr. Leans?
He's shooting a 204 Ruger. Is it a Bagara? It's a Ruger?
It's a Ruger.
Suppressed. Oh, yeah, it's a Ruger American on a chassis.
Okay.
On a nice chassis stock.
Suppressed, I hope.
Suppressed, yeah. I talked him into that a few years ago. Otherwise, I told him I would never hunt with him,
No doubt.
Yeah, I got hearing aids now and everything. Like, it's too many snowmobiles, too many guns, too much air arcing with no protection in because...
The welding shop that you and I worked at, I think that took more damage on our hearing than shooting did.
We were invincible back in the day, and now we're paying for it.
Yeah. Master John said there was one close to the ranch. Yeah, it was 3/4 of a mile, that mountain lion that was taken, 121 pound female,
just
3/4
behind
of
the
a mile
house.
from behind the house.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a chance. There's always a chance.
That was one of the bull hunters that was out here.
Yeah.
Fellow from Bismarck.
Grand Forks here.
Grand Forks. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. He was a big coyote calling guy back in the day.
Yeah.
And
Was it Wednesday?
when he cut tracks, he went back to his vehicle, got his rifle, came back, and he called that cat in.
That's crazy.
And he says that he was looking all over the place. He said that cat snuck up so close. The cat saw him before he saw the cat.
That's spooky.
So I'm excited. If we get something called in. Yeah.
Where do you have to go? How close are you going to be if we call something in or see something?
Just
Like
across the
send
river.
out the SOS to.
Bull Sale is just across the river.
All right.
Right?
We'll send out the SOS.
I'm
and you-
hunting to the Bull Sale and way back from the Bull Sale. I'm technically on your team in the morning and on the way back.
All right.
So it isn't that far away. So, but no, it's just going to be, I feel, a really good day. And coyotes galore this year, my friend. The USDA trapper, Fish and Wildlife trapper, has been over by my calving pasture.
Oh, has he got snares out already?
He's got a lot of snares out.
Okay.
And fortunately, it's not going to help you with the way the wind's going to be tomorrow to hunt that side anyway. But he's
Yeah, we'd have to come in from a really weird angle. It'd be a long hike to get in there.
the first day, 1 day, 5 coyotes.
Yeah.
So they're all over the
Just
place.
in that quarter?
Just within 20 yards of where I dumped the elk guts out.
Well, that'll help.
That'll help. That'll bring them in. Yeah, there's not much left anymore of that. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's going to be just snow. It's nice to see it. I wish there was more moisture in it, but
Yeah, it's pretty powdery, but it's adding up. I mean,
oh yeah,
you get by morning we could have a good 10 inches, and doesn't matter if it's wet, heavy, or powdery. When you get that much snow, there's at least something in it.
there's a little bit of moisture.
Some runoff to
Absolutely.
fill your dams back up would be nice.
I don't think there's enough moisture in that. Have you seen if you go underneath the snow that's there right now, the gravel has cracks in it.
Oh, I know.
So,
Looks
so
like
it's
salt
dry.
flats.
It's dry here. Yeah. So, suppressors, the best way to clean your suppressors. Have you ever tried it yet? Have you cleaned yours?
Yeah, I pull mine apart.
You got one that you can do that. Okay.
Yep, I pull mine apart and I brush and chip off what I can, and then I put them in regular gun cleaning parts.
Yep.
In a
Don't you do the sonic cleaner?
yeah, it's an older L2L or L2 Hornady sonic cleaner. It helps some. It loosens up a little bit more, but the really hard stuff that's on there, it's tough to get that off. I've never had a real good way to do it. I have tried putting them in my brass cleaner with stainless steel pins. That gets some off, but what's left, it just makes it really, really shiny. But it almost polishes the carbon that's baked on. So I have never got it 100% perfectly good and clean since it was new. But just because of the weight factor that it adds into that can at some point, it's a good idea. When I was hunting a lot and we were doing all those tournaments, I was pulling my can apart once a year and giving it a go through just to make sure there was no chunks in there.
Change the harmonics of your barrel a little bit,
It can.
especially when you're reaching out beyond 600-700 yards.
Yeah, it can.
So.
Yep.
So how far is the 204 Ruger going to reach?
150, because I can't shoot anything inside of that.
That is true.
I tend to miss when they're close. I don't know what's going on, but
that is true.
I have already told him if anything's really close, you're shooting it. So we've ran a lot of ballistics on the old 204. We give one of his high school friends, a younger guy up in Hazen. I give him a pretty hard time about his pea shooter, but I tell you what,
I used to use a 204 all religiously for many
400 years. And in, I'm very confident in them. Past that, it's too much wind calculation for me. You know, their BC is high, but they start losing some speed. But I don't know, hunters claimed targets out to 700-800 with them.
Oh yeah.
You know, so it's all calculation. If you know your gun, you know your wind, you can put a hit on anything and make a good hit on a coyote. You don't need that much energy left. I mean, I shot that one at night in our first Golva tournament, midnight.
That was a 17 HMR.
Yeah, 100 yards, 17 HMR, and I dumped him with one shot. So I mean, that's a 18, 17 and a half, 20, whatever grain bullet,
20. Yeah.
So I mean, it's,
You'll get them down.
yeah,
I wouldn't say that it's going to drop right away at 400 or 500 yards, unless it's a nice headshot.
depends
But
on where you hit them.
that's exactly right. More coming up in the second half hour. If you do want to call in here, if you're watching here this evening, 888-9-DAKOTA, 888-932-5682. We'll be also checking in on some of the more Coyote tournaments in the next couple of weeks on the second half of the program. There's plenty of them, both in North and South Dakota and Montana too. And they, like we said before, they help out such great things like volunteer fire departments, local halls, and even some medical benefits that may be arising in some areas. More on Dakota Prairie Outdoors Radio Network after these messages. Smith's Saddle Butte Ranch President's Day Bull Sale is Monday, February 17th, 1 p.m. Mountain Time at the Bowman Livestock Marketing, Bowman, North Dakota. Selling 60 registered yearling Angus bulls, sires like Baldridge Goalkeeper, Hoover Know-How, Objective 292, 44 Strategic Advantage, plus many others. Travis and Rebecca want to work with producers to give you the opportunity for a value-added program. Bid online at Cattle USA. Smith's Saddle Butte Ranch President's Day Bull Sale, Monday, February 17th, 1 p.m. at Bowman Livestock. Quality bulls without the BS. Bowman Livestock Marketing, serving the tri-state area for all of your livestock marketing needs. Eastern Montana, North Dakota, and South Dakota. You can be sure of great care for your cattle and top price at sale time. Call Austin Snook at 307-290-2161. That's 307-290-2161 for more information or just to talk cattle markets. You can also find them on Facebook and go to their website, BowmanLivestockMarketing.com. The DK Red Angus Top Coming to Town production sale, Saturday, March 1st, 1 p.m. Mountain Time at Sydney Livestock Auction, Sydney, Montana. Selling 60 purebred Red Angus bulls, 10 Angus sired bulls, 12 Simmental composite bulls, 2 Shar Red Angus bulls, 55 registered purebred Red Angus heifers, and 30 commercial heifers. You can bid online at DV Auction. Performance, calving ease, and good dispositions with the DK Red Angus Top Coming to Town sale, Saturday, March 1st, 1 p.m. Mountain Time, Sydney Livestock Auction, Sydney, Montana. Piper's Auction and Realty would like to invite you to the next round of auctions, including 1,952 acres of land for sale in Grant and Sioux counties. The Upper Midwest February Equipment Auction, bidding is open right now and starts to close on Wednesday, February 12th. 160 acres in Renville County and 636 acres in Bottineau County. For more information, visit their brand new website at pifers.com. The Wassum Red Angus annual production sale coming up on Thursday, February 20th, 2 p.m. Mountain Time at the Wicks Barn south of Richardson, North Dakota. Selling nearly 70 bulls with sire power from WSM Playmaker, Asset 1276, and many more. Also selling will be 130 open commercial heifers plus 13 open registered heifers. For more information and videos, go to wassumredangus.com. And you can always bid with confidence on sale day at DV Auction. For powerful, profitable, and practical cattle, I'll see you at the 14th annual Wassum Red Angus sale, Thursday, February 20th, 2 p.m. at the Wicks Barn south of Richardson.
I'm Dale Falke with Dakota Community Bank and Trust, where we believe in investing in your business and your community. With our commercial loans, we understand the importance of supporting local businesses to help your business thrive. Choose Dakota Community Bank and Trust, where your success is our priority.
Serving the community, looking out for you. At Dakota Community Bank and Trust, that's what we do.
Equal housing lender.
This portion of the program is brought to you by Freedom Repair. Whether it's a tractor, baler, your cutter, your combine, or air seeder, Freedom Repair comes to you and helps you get fixed up and back in the field. 19 plus years experience. Give Lucas Kelly a call at 701-440-1945. That's 701-440-1945. Freedom Repair, veteran owned and operated. MoPro Guide Service, the best on Lake Oahe. Brent and his staff will give you the most enjoyable fishing experience, always having the latest in electronics, gear, and the most comfortable Lund boat on the water. Fish with somebody who lives in Mobridge, South Dakota, the heart of Lake Oahe. If you need a place to stay, the Morest Motel has newly updated rooms with free internet, a family-owned and operated business. Go to OaheWalleyes.com. That's OAHE walleyes.com for the best fishing experience Lake Oahe has to offer. There's a reason you're seeing more Red Angus cattle in the country. Great mama cows, high weaning weights, and easy keepers. With a family that bases their entire operation on faith, honesty, and trust. You can see those values in their 30-plus years in the Red Angus breed. Schriefer Red Angus, the breed that generates a positive return on investment. SchrieferRedAngus.com. Bowman Livestock Marketing, serving the tri-state area for all of your livestock marketing needs. Eastern Montana, North Dakota, and South Dakota. You can be sure of great care for your cattle and top price at sale time. Call Austin Snook at 307-290-2161. That's 307-290-2161 for more information or just to talk cattle markets. You can also find them on Facebook and go to their website, BowmanLivestockMarketing.com.
On that road, but don't you worry, one day I'll settle down. And when that time comes, I hope you're still around.
Welcome back, everybody. It's a Saturday, Dakota Prairie Outdoors. We are pre-recording here for the Saturday show. Got an early morning for myself here. Big thanks to everybody coming around here on the YouTube side of things. And Thomas Leintz. I'm going to say Leintz because that's what they know you now in Amadon as. All right. How are you doing, Thomas?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good.
All right. We're going to go to the phone systems here. We're going to take a call. You ready? We got the master himself, Wilmer, Minnesota, coming in here. How you doing, buddy?
I'm good. Good morning, Dakota Prairie Outdoors. How's things in the hills, my friend?
You know, it's a lot better than Minnesota.
Well, yeah, on a lot of levels. Yeah, we're not real happy with our governor, but at least our president got voted in.
Yeah,
so we'll leave it at that.
You know, the nice thing about your governor is they said that they're going to protect all the illegal aliens. So, I mean, you got that going for you.
Yeah. You don't even want to start that conversation
All
in
right.
Minnesota, man.
But you have a coyote story living in town.
I do. And well, here's the funny thing is 2 weeks ago, we've got two dogs. We've got Lizzie, that's older border collie, blue heeler cross. And then the same blue heeler they crossed with a corgi,
which is
and
just
that's our
mean.
small dog, Betty.
No, that's just mean. Anything you cross with a corgi, that's just mean. Poor
she's a little. She's got the short guy stature. But anyway, so my wife goes to let the dogs out. It's Sunday night, 2 weeks ago. Literally opens the door to the garage. Betty takes off up the hill. She shuts the door and then hears a yelp, and Betty comes running back, and there's a couple deer up on the hillside, and we honestly don't know if it was a coyote or what it was, but ended up, having to bring her into the vet. She's a 12-inch dog, but there's a 6-inch, chunk of her shoulder is gone. Had to get sewed up, and it's funny because only the little BITCH dog could get away with that with a coyote, to get after him, unless it's ruckus chasing down somebody in the north pasture. Yeah.
So I'm gonna give you my opinion what I think happened. Thomas, you can think if this is right or not. So white-tailed deer, which I'm guessing is what you have predominantly there in the hills of Wilmer, is they will take their front. I mean, if something comes up, they can fight, man. And when they fight, their front hooves are sharp. So I'm guessing that little dog went up to one of them, and I bet that white-tailed deer stomped on it. Right? Thomas,
I never even thought of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say, their hooves are sharp. That easily could have happened too.
Yeah. I'm thinking that's what's probably
that would make sense, my friend. The other thing I thought of is I brought back all that volcanic rock, from the ranch, and my wife put it around the landscaping. And I thought, well, maybe she was, taking off after the deer and just ran into a rock and sliced herself, because the edges of that are sharp. But I never even thought about a deer stomping on her. That would make sense.
Oh yeah, those deer, they can get a little bit little sideways with them little pups. So yeah.
Nice.
There you go.
Nice.
You want
great show, my friend.
Mystery solved. Listening. You're welcome. We'll send you the bill for our advice.
Right on. I appreciate you.
Hey, thanks for the call, my friend. Have a good day.
Yep.
888-9 Dakota. Thomas Leintz, how you been?
Oh, pretty good. Been a while since I seen you, but
Well, it's been since the Dakota Walleye Classic Fishing Tournament. Well, no, I was up picking up that my jig table for making panels. I guess we saw you a little bit there.
Yeah.
So tell us about the Dakota Walleye Classic coming up this year, July. Are they filled up? What's the scoop?
So they just posted today, and it looks like it's about 75% full. So there's still spots left for people to get in. You got time yet? I mean, they haven't set a deadline for sure yet, but I know there's a lot of guys that like to be that last boat. So they kind of trying to keep it secret so that people just fill up instead of just waiting so long.
Yeah. The last boat goes out the first time the second day.
Yeah, they do
So,
reverse order the
yeah.
second day.
All right. And you said there's a new fishing tournament that they're looking at starting in and around the North Dakota side, kind of compared to what Kevin Vaughn does in South Dakota with 3 different fishing spots. Tell us about that.
So yeah, they're looking at 2026 here. They're going to look at, it's called the North Dakota Triple Crown. It'll be 75 teams, 2 to 3 person teams. And then
2 to 3 person.
Yep. So you
Nice.
can have 3 people on your team there.
Okay.
So that first event will be January, February. They haven't decided for sure dates on any of these tournaments yet, but it'll be an ice event on Devil's Lake. So you
Okay.
can pretty much go anywhere, but you have to stay together. It sounds like with your 3 people. And then the second event will be April or May on the Missouri River, whether in the Bismarck area, somewhere around there. They haven't decided a ramp or nothing yet either. And that boundaries for that, you can actually go all the way to the tail race if you wanted to, or you can go all the way down to the state line to South Dakota. So you got a wide range.
Yeah. That's a big area then.
And then the last event, which they're calling the championship, will be on Skakawea, and that'll be in, still working on a date, so they haven't decided yet, but I'm guessing it'll be around that August time.
Yeah. That's kind of an interesting way to do it. 1 ice fishing and 2 open waters. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
River and lake.
Yeah.
they're-
And always a different place. Yeah.
Right. They're trying to, what he wants to do here is try and get the best all around fishermen,
Yeah.
so it looks like it's a $1,500 entry for all 3 tournaments. So you'll pay your entry fee for the first tournament, and that'll cover all 3 of them.
Yeah, I tell you, these tournaments are becoming more and more. Fishing tournaments, coyote tournaments seem to be still in North and South Dakota the biggest way to raise money for a lot of things,
Yeah,
without having to go through a lot. I mean,
exactly. Yeah, because and then now these tournaments are starting to get to more of the catch and release format too. Now that you're not bringing in the
What do you
fish
think
and-
of that?
I mean, it's good and bad, but the way I look at it is your tournaments to bring people in, no one's going to want to see a picture on the screen. They're going to want to see
Yeah.
the people holding the fish up. You're going to want to see them fish in person. So granted, probably good to have a few tournaments. I mean, half and half realistically, half catch and release, and the other half you can bring them in and weigh them in, because it's really, you're not doing too much harm to these fisheries. They're such big fisheries.
So the catch and release, I was talking to a guy in South Dakota, and he says, some of these catch and release, once you throw the fish back in, there's a 90% chance they're going to die anyway, depending on how deep they're hooked.
Right.
So,
yeah.
I mean, where do you have to release it? Or if you see it's hooked really deep and can you keep it?
So
You know?
I fished the AIM Walleye series. So
Yeah.
it's another series in North Dakota, Minnesota, Wisconsin, and they have a rivers division. And with that format, you cannot keep a fish no matter what. So if you
Yeah.
keep a fish, you're disqualified automatically there on that series. So, I mean, and then all depending on time of the year too, with things like you get into that July and August area on Skakawea, a lot of these guys are fishing that 50, 40, 60 feet,
Yeah.
bringing them fish up from that deep. There's not a very good survival rate coming
Exactly.
from them things.
So you're right on the edge of professional angler.
I don't know if I'd say that. but-
Well, a little bird just told me that you qualified for a fishing tournament for nationals and you're going out to Lake Superior.
that is correct. Yep. I'll be
And
going.
that doesn't sound like a beginner to me.
Well, yeah, I'm not a beginner by any means, but I don't know if I'd call myself a pro or near a pro yet.
In this household right now, you're a pro.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that.
Yeah, so I'll be going
Well,
out.
that's cool.
to-
How did that happen?
So that's through that AIM Walleye series.
It
there.
was. Okay.
So yeah, they take the top 10 teams from each division. So yeah, like I said, North Dakota, Minnesota, Wisconsin, and then a Rivers division. So there'll be 40 teams at this tournament. It'll be the end of May, and it'll be out on Lake Superior, and then you can also fish the St. Louis River, which comes right off of Superior.
Have you fished that area before?
Never.
Are you going to go any pre-fishing or
So
how do you know where to go if you've never been on there before?
we can gather intel from other people that
Okay.
are out there in that area, but since they released that info in January there, the lake is off limits until the week before. So we'll get 4 days to pre-fish before the tournament, and then that will be a 2-day tournament.
Nice. 2-day Lake Superior and part of which river?
St. Louis.
St. Louis River.
Yep.
What are your plans? River or on the big water?
So with it being around that end of May area, it's going to be all dependent once we get out there to see what the water temps are, to see if they're spawned out yet or
Right.
if not. Because if they're not spawned out yet, they're going to be up in the river pretty hard. And if they're just getting spawned out, they'll still be in the river there. So kind of if they're getting out of that spawned out time, be looking at right at the mouths of all them tributaries coming into Superior then. And then that should be where most of them fish are. But if they're spawned out by a week or two, we'll be out in Superior trying to catch them, trace them down.
If you win it, what's the cash prize?
So it's not a cash prize with this one. If you win this one, you win I believe it's a 198 Warrior boat
Okay.
with I think it's got a 150 or 200 Yamaha on it, and then it'll have two Garmin graphs, a Garmin trolling motor, and then they throw in a bunch of rods with it too.
Is that something you would keep and use, or something you'd probably sell, or maybe just donate to Jesse and I for the Dakota Walleye Classic?
Yeah, I don't know about that one. So with it being a team, we'll probably end up having to sell it and then
Right.
getting the
Split
money
the
and splitting
money.
the money from it. But
Yeah.
last year it came
I'll
out
give you
to
10
about,
grand for it.
Yeah, well, last year it came out to about $108,000 prize.
That's
so,
last year. There's inflation this year, buddy.
right? So I think it should be a little higher then.
Well, for every coyote, let's take off about 20 grand.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
rent it for 2 days. Yeah, we don't need to own it.
Right.
You just rent it for. You could just rent it for people. Like
Well, I know
us.
you talked about buying that houseboat off the
Yes,
right at the
I
axis
did.
of.
Because they
Well,
only
water's
want
there.
like $1,800 for it.
So I think you guys should just get that thing and fish the classic in that. It'd be pretty.
We could
sick
take
to
the
see.
waves better than the little one that Jesse's got going on.
Well, yeah,
there.
you could stay in that heated cab too, then, and
Exactly.
not have to complain about being cold all the time.
I was okay for the most part, but yeah, I get cold in a hurry. I'm not used to that lake effect
Oh no,
that you guys have up there. So, yeah, no, it sounds good. Well, congratulations being on the top tier of the fishing side of things, no doubt.
yeah, thank you.
Yeah. So, how many hours of do you go? Do you do a lot of ice fishing or not?
I don't. I used to do a lot of ice fishing. I quit kind of doing that once I got into this coyote hunting and buying a thermal and stuff. It kind of takes up my whole winter.
What
doing
thermal
that.
do you have?
I have a Pulsar XQ50
Okay.
LRF, so I got the rangefinder on it.
XQ. Okay. What do you think about them?
They're amazing. I mean,
Have you ever used an ATN?
I've seen a few of them, and sorry, Jesse, but they're terrible.
I agree. I got one too. Mine freezes up all the time.
Yeah, I
I think it's a software download. I need to get in on it because I haven't updated it for a long time.
right. Definitely
Yeah.
knock on wood, but I have had zero problems with my Pulsar.
Good. Well, that just makes me want one just a little bit more.
Yeah, those XL60s are pretty nice.
The problem with that is I need to buy bulls or a Pulsar scope, and they're about the same price for what my budget. Anyway.
I'd say them bulls are a little more.
Yeah, today it was. There's no doubt
Those
about
scopes
that.
are a lot more fun too.
Yeah, and not only that, but I mean, it's just for as many coyotes as there are right now, getting into calving season. A lot of guys started calving, especially the early production guys. They're in the heat of it right now. It is definitely time. If you have one, you want to go after some coyotes, go find a rancher and ask if you can help them out.
Oh yeah,
I
for
mean,
sure.
it just needs to be done. And the price of coyotes have been down for so many years now that nobody's really hunting them as heavy as they used to. And a lot of these tournaments have gone to 3-dog tournaments. So everybody kind of has a chance, but that also takes down. I mean, you can still shoot as many as you want, but a lot of guys, if they get 3 nice, big, heavy dogs, they're bringing them in and calling it a day,
right.
So, but geez, those Williston tournaments in one day, I mean, some of these guys are bringing in 20 some coyotes.
Yeah, I think I've seen a few 30s now this year
Wow. That's
and
huge.
last year. They've been. I know of one team that they had 4 tournaments in a row. I believe that they brought in 30 plus dogs in a 24-hour tournament.
Woof. That's crazy. That's crazy. Well, congratulations. I'm going to have you switch with Jesse again. I got a question for him then. See what he thinks about a new world record price for I think it was New Mexico Bighorn sheep tag.
Oh, auctioning off
I don't know if they auctioned or they, I think it was an auction. I think it was 1.2 or $1.3 million for a sheep tag.
Yeah.
Is it getting to be like the North Dakota one that they sell I forget where the
Yeah,
one of the
it's
like
it goes
I think
to
it was
something.
like $200,000 that one year
Yeah.
it brought or some, but over $1 million, and then he also, I think it was like another 80 grand or something for the outfitter.
to actually go do it.
To
The,
go-
the tag was
yeah.
the big price, and then he had to pay to go.
Well, this
Yeah.
outfitter has the one he wants.
Oh,
So he went to pay that dude.
it's tough. We do a lot of benefits. You're an auctioneer, licensed auctioneer. We started off just helping everybody else, doing a couple small town things, and they'd ask us to auction a whiskey bottle, and we looked at each other and pointed at each other because neither of us really wanted to do it. And I told you you were the one going to get licensed, and now you've really taken and expanded that and do a heck of a job. I tag along and drink a lot of whiskey and ring for you, but
Nothing wrong with that either.
yeah, I know we do a lot of benefit auctions, and that's where a lot of these tags go to. But it's a tough deal because you take North Dakota, the Bighorn sheep tag in North Dakota. There's years that they don't have a season at all. There's years
Yeah,
where
there's
there's
very few tags.
there's years where there's 2-3 tags. I think the most I've ever seen is what,
Six
five or
seven?
six,
I
7
think they had 7 one year
for the whole state. And for the residents of the state, it's a once in a lifetime. If you do draw it,
Yeah.
and you don't harvest it, you're done. So to see our state give one of those tags up to whoever wants to pay the most money for it, and that money actually goes to whatever that organization is. I don't remember where
Well, I think
is.
it comes back to the Bighorn sheep in North Dakota. It's goes in.
It goes back to research
I
and,
do believe so,
and
yeah.
keeping the herd healthy and
Yep,
all that.
Yep.
And okay,
I have
so
no
that-
problem with that.
So that's big dollars that come back to
Big
North
dollars.
Dakota Game and Fish to
Yeah.
help keep that small herd that we do have healthy.
Yeah.
But it's
1.2 or 1.3 million.
yeah, it's just
Golly.
there's a lot of money out there. I mean, we've always all the conversations I've had, you always say you spend what you make. You and I used to
Well,
live.
I spend way more than I make.
You and I used to live on wild game because
Oh.
we could only afford bullets and a little bit of gas
And Campbell's soup.
and Campbell's.
That's all we lived on was
So
whatever we shot in Campbell's soup.
and we
mixed
always
with it.
said, "Ah, man, we're gonna be so much better off when we make more money," and that was a long time ago. And now we're both still broke half the time because you spend to your means. So these
Yeah.
guys that are paying $1.2 million, they're spending to their means, and if they can spend that money to help out the organization and get to go hunt, you can't hold that against the fellow that's buying it.
No.
You can't hold it against the organization that's selling it, as long as they're using that money
Correct.
correctly.
Yeah, exactly.
So I mean, it's hard to see sometimes when you're the one that wants one of those once in a lifetime tags in our state, but at the same time, you got to understand what they're doing with those funds. They're hopefully helping preserve our chance at getting one of those tags someday.
It would be
Yeah.
nice if they had a kind of a line item on where the money goes.
Breakdown of what that
Exactly.
1.2 is used for.
Yeah. Yeah. What is that money used
Yeah.
for?
Yeah.
And because I tell you what, for one sheep, and then I suppose he's going to have to get it mounted. That's going to have to be another
That'd be a bunch. We know a guy that does that in Mandan, Bismarck.
for less than 1.2 million.
Yeah.
But I bet he'd take 1.2 if you asked him.
But
to.
they do a statewide mule deer tag. That's actually raffled.
And they're also
Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation, I think. No, Mule Deer Foundation.
Mule Deer
It's
Foundation.
that tag.
But they all, if you have a 501c3 and then they switch it, I think they're 501.
You can apply.
You can apply.
You can
for one
apply
of
for a
these
tag
things.
to raffle or use
Exactly.
how you want.
And there's
Yep.
a lot of those organizations that do that.
And I'm glad that the Game and Fish has that available. And I don't know if that's set by the legislature, or if that's a rule that
I think it goes to legislature. I
that
believe.
they
Yeah.
that they set inside the agency. But that's a good thing that they're supporting different organizations in the state.
And it goes not only North Dakota, South Dakota has them. Montana has a lot of them over there. I mean,
So I need
Yeah.
to digress for a minute.
well, you only have 60 seconds to digress.
Perfect, because then you won't be able to rebut my my statement.
Okay.
I have an ATN, and I have had zero problems with it. However, I bought my ATN when I did because it was at the beginning of COVID, and Pulsar could not get their thermal sensors.
Yeah.
You and I were actually reps for Pulsar back then. We could get sample units, but we could not buy anything because they weren't available.
I couldn't even get the sample units because they were so far behind.
I must have been special because I got one. But anyhow,
boy, are you special?
so we ended up buying ATNs because it's what we could get.
Right.
So
Why
once
not?
my girls are done and I can actually hunt again, I probably will be upgrading to whatever the latest and greatest is at that time, which at this point seems to be
Oh, there's
the
ones,
Pulsar 50s and 60s.
There's ones fancier than Pulsars.
If you want to spend 15 grand,
Yeah.
which that's definitely not happening.
Well, all right. Well, I'm not going to compete against that because I agree with you. So that's pretty rare that
Plus, I didn't
happens.
leave you any time.
Yeah, well, that's all right. I appreciate you guys coming down. You can shoot all the coyotes you guys want for absolutely no money. For every one you miss, it's a $20 bill.
Okay, Thomas, we hit them all.
You hit them all. Thanks for tuning in today to Go to Prairie Outdoors. Thank you, and eat some meat, drink some milk, wear fur and wool. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and make sure to keep shooting straight. Good luck to all the tournaments out there. All right, stations, thank you guys for playing this. I appreciate getting a little bit of a Saturday off. Have yourself a good one. YouTube. See you next week.
Oh, I missed it.